So Louie and I are heading out. We are going to go pick up my girlfriend, and we are going to go hike Snoqualmie Falls. So let's go. Let's get this going. It's supposed to be a decent day. Not too hot, not too wet. Louie's super excited, as you can tell, because we're in the car. So let's go. My girlfriend and I made it up to the Snoqualmie Trail yesterday, and we walked down, and then what goes down must come up. Before the hike, I'm still breathing. This is
Me
hell.
too.
We'll
check
see.
back in an hour or two.
It's like 3/4 of the miles of the way down, and then 3/4 of the miles way up. And going down is actually a little more difficult for me because it was very steep and gravelly, so a little slippery. A nice wide path. I mean, there were a ton of people there. It was almost as wide as, a single lane road. But it felt a little slippery to me, and my knees are kind of weak from a ski accident years ago. My ACL isn't very strong, so going downhill is actually harder for me. Now for my girlfriend, coming back up was harder, just because I'm slightly in a little better shape, not by much, but I do walk my dog every day, so I get a little more exercise. Okay, so the walk down wasn't too bad. A little hard on the old joints because it's pretty steep, but I'll tell you what, this walk back up is no joke. We are stopping every chance we get to catch our breath because we are old ladies. I know you can't tell, but this is a very steep grade. Oops. Both directions. Let's see if I can, there we go. Very steep grade. Both directions. So, if and when we make it to the top, we'll check in. So coming up, we had to make a lot of stops. So she did the math on it, and it was about 5,000 steps round trip. And it took us a half hour to get down and an hour to get back up. So we've made it about a quarter of the way back up the trail. And now it's raining. So there's that. But this cool tree we found. Wave peg. It's like growing out of the stump. That's awesome. And we're still working our way up the hill. And actually part of that half hour going down was us going down there and just kind of looking around. Now I was a little disappointed because the whole point of walking down that path was to go down and see the bottom of the waterfall. Like I thought we were going to be like a little closer than we were. And you can see by the images I'm putting on screen here that, we were still a couple hundred yards away. And, the way it read on the internet, it was like, oh, you're going to get wet from the mist and this, that, and the other thing. No, we did get wet because it rained. The weatherman had told us, well, the weather app had told us that it was not going to rain, but we did get wet. But it was all right because it kind of kept us from overheating. And Louie did great. Come on, Lou. So yeah, it was a good time. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The water's just gorgeous. The waterfall was gorgeous. Now there was a second path we could have taken to go down and see the river part of it, which I did want to do, but I felt like we were pushing it knowing we had to make it back up that hill, and it would have made us go down even further. So I neglected to do that this time, maybe next time. But yeah, we just took our time coming back up. What's nice about the uphill path is there are benches probably every 20 to 25 yards. So you can walk a little bit, sit a little bit, walk a little bit. And that's why it took us so long, because we would walk a little bit. And then if she was feeling a little winded or if I was feeling a little winded, we would sit down and just chat for a while. And so it was a beautiful day. We had a great time. She was able to talk to me about all kinds of things. I was able to talk to her about all kinds of things. I think it did both of our souls a lot of good. Woohoo! We made it! Half hour down. What'd you say? It was a half hour down and an hour back up. Yep. Trail map said it was supposed to be an hour round trip. So, we're old. So that's it. We made it though. Woohoo! And Louie made it too. Louie. So yeah, that was that. But one of the things we talked about a lot yesterday on our walk and our sits, more sits than walks, was, retirement's coming up. I'm 58. In 4 more years, I will be able to collect my Social Security at 62. She's already 63 and could start collecting now. Plus, she has a 401k and kind of some savings, and she planned ahead. I did not. So I will, whatever I get from Social Security is all I'm going to have unless I work. But she's kind of deciding, well, should I take it now or should I live off my investments and then take it? And we were just kind of talking about it. And in my particular situation, I am going to take it at 62, and this is why. It's not going to be a lot because I've been self-employed most of my life, a lot of write-offs. Although I paid into it, it probably wasn't as much as had I been a W-2 employee. So if I take it 62, I'm going to get right around $1,500 a month. And that doesn't sound like much. But that's about half of what I'm earning now working part-time. So it's instantly going to be a raise for me because I'll still be able to work part-time, and then I'll be able to add that on top of it because I'm allowed to make about $24,000 a year, and then add that on top of it. So I think I'll actually come out a little bit ahead. And hopefully I'll come up with, because I'm always thinking, ways that I can earn money where I won't have to be a hairstylist behind the chair. Something I can, maybe my art, or one of the things I've actually thought about, and, this video is for all of us that are aging out of our jobs or aging out of wanting to work full time. I love animals. I really do. And I think what I'm going to do is, when I just can't be behind the chair anymore, I think what I'll do is maybe start a doggy daycare in my home, just like 2 little dogs at a time, on the weekends when people have to board their dogs. Not every day, just, for a few days at a time if they're going out of town or something, and maybe get some regulars set up. I know a friend that does that, and she makes pretty decent money doing it. And that would give, my little Louie someone to play with once in a while. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking. 4 years from now, 4 or 5 years from now. I don't try to plan too far in advance because things change. Things happen. We're doing the leash spin again today. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking. Do that. I'd like to get into flipping furniture. That's something I'd like to do once I get a place with a little workshop. I've got my art, but until then, like I said in the last video, now that summer is coming to an end, we've got about another, 45, 60 days left of summer. I'm going to stay in town more and try to work 1 or 2 more days a week. Right now I've only been working 2 days a week because I've been out in the campground a lot, and it's a lot of gas coming back and forth. So I'll definitely bump it up to 3 days, maybe a 4th day here and there. And because I can live on that 2 days, that 3rd or 4th day, I can, use that to stash away for some vacations and trips and things with the kids and stuff like that. So that's my plan there. But I'm kind of just talking about this because her and I were talking, and there's just so many people that are in our age group, guys and gals, that are trying to figure out, us Gen Xers that didn't plan. A lot of us were entrepreneurs, didn't plan for retirement, and now we're kind of crunching the numbers to see what happens. Now, I hate to even say it, but should I outlive my ex-husband, I would then be eligible for the death benefit, and he's made way more money than I have, and so that would definitely be plenty to take care of me. But that's a big if, and I don't wish any harm on him, so I'm not counting on that at all. I'm trying to figure out other things. I could work a little longer, but honestly, come on, Lou. Honestly, when you do the math, the break-even point is like in my mid-80s, and it's not a whole lot extra in my case. Maybe an extra $500 a month. I don't remember now, but it wasn't much. We have a dog coming. I'll get right back to you. Where was I? Oh, I was saying, the break-even point for me is, well into my 80s, and I'm not going to care at that point, to have that extra. I'd rather, work less while I have the energy to do other things. I mean, I already am to the point now where working 4 days full time every week behind the chair like I used to is not a thing. It's not that I physically can't do it, I mentally can't do it anymore. Being a hairstylist is way more than just doing hair. It's very mentally draining because you're also a therapist. So, Manu. We were talking about kind of where we want to land in retirement, and she's really been searching out, like, Texas or Arizona or different states and blah 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 blah, because her family is not here. They're kind of all over the country, and she goes and visits and stuff. But my entire family is here, born and raised. All my aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever, my kids, my grandkids, everybody's here. And I don't want to be 85 and be in another state away from them. Because I know for a fact, especially my one daughter, her and I are really close. And if I need her, she is going to be there for me. And I don't want to be alone. So I told her that this area that I live in now will always be my home base. I mean, unless my kids leave or something. But at this point, this will always be home base. And honestly, there is no place like Washington State in the summer times. Right now I'm out. It's August 1st. It's a cool day today. It's in the 70s. I'm out on a walk. I'm not sweating. I'm not, it's just mild and beautiful. And I think we're going to have some days this next week in the 90s, which is great if you want to go to the lake or something, but it doesn't stay that way all summer. It just kind of comes and goes. And so I like that. So anyway, this will always be my home base. But I would like to snowbird, possibly. We were talking about, maybe sell the RV and get like a van where I can just live in the van for a few weeks at a time and head south during the winter when it's really bad. Or, it might be even cheaper to just Airbnb it or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to get off just for a second here. So anyway, snowbirding. Either in a van or maybe even just the RV. Keep the RV. We'll have to see what finances bring me and how much I can get by with. And, because honestly right now to take the RV south with fuel and everything, even if I camp for free in Quartzsite, the fuel alone is going to be several $1,000s. So we'll have to see what the gas prices do by the time I'm ready to retire. The RV is low miles. I actually just had a buddy of mine in town. He didn't like the politics in Washington. Well, none of us do, but he moved to Wyoming and he's loving it there. But he came to visit, and he's a mechanic, so he crawled underneath it and checked the brakes for me because I've had it for 4 years and I've never had them looked at. And he said, I'm good for another 40,000 miles. So I may never have to do the brakes on that thing, because honestly, between running back and forth here in town, or not here in town, but here in the local campgrounds, and maybe once in a while going over to the eastern part of the state, I don't put a ton of miles on it. So, and most of the places I go, I'm not doing any passes or anything. That first year I had it, I did, but I don't anymore. So yeah, snowbirding is definitely a plan. So anyway, her and I were talking that we should start visiting kind of towns that we wouldn't normally go hang out at, things that would be more attractive to us in our retirement years. Where I'm at now used to be like a retirement place, but it's kind of become a little more family orientated and very busy, lots of traffic. So we've thought about maybe Sequim or Paulsbo or Bainbridge Island, or places out kind of on the peninsula of Washington State, that might be a couple hours from where my kids are, but not, another state away. So we'll see what happens. It's so beautiful out here. I just love this. Louis is 5 months old now. He just got his first haircut. Doesn't he look handsome? He's so handsome. Thanks for walking with me today. I enjoyed the company. I hope you have a good one.